Yes, boss. How are you? I hope you are doing well. I am fine. I am also doing well. In the meantime, we had a very good, session on chapter 2 question practice. Especially chapter 1 was very nice chapter. It was a very good chapter of which I am expecting at least 10 marks question. Chapter 2 was again an easy, interesting and scoring chapter from where I am expecting 12 to 15 marks questions. And this is all about chapter number 3. Yes, I would proudly say that in chapter number 1 and 2 we have built the base enough. We have invested a very good quality time and we understand each and every concept, and we have now confidence. And I hope you have made notes also, you have done practice of the questions also, you have gone through the mentor book also. And if you have gone through all these things, then next 3 chapters are going to be a cakewalk for you. So of course chapter will be new, content will be new, but the theme, the background, the concepts, the strength, all you will be getting from chapter number 1 and 2. Already we have done with lots of rigor and lots of conceptual clarity. Let's get started with chapter number 3. Why chapter number 3 is very important? It's a very hot chapter. It's a very hot chapter as far as examination is concerned, because this chapter will be, the question from this chapter will be asked for approximately 10 to 12 marks, including your MCQs, case study, etc. This chapter's name is, as you know, strategic analysis. Again, yes, this is a strategic analysis, but in the previous chapter we discussed external environment. Here we have to discuss internal environment. Means in brief, if you ask me, sir, which kind of strategic analysis means? Internal, external analysis. So external analysis we have already studied in previous chapter number 2. Now we are going to do internal analysis, means we will discuss less about industry, we will discuss more about the firm, about an organization, its internal resources, capabilities, competencies, core competencies, its shareholders, their expectations, the management of the organization, its products, its services, and its customers, its marketing strategies, all these things, its generic strategies, cost leadership strategy, its differentiation strategy, or the organization's focus strategy. So we are going to discuss a business, its strategy, and its internal strength and weaknesses. This chapter is, in brief, is all about discussing internal things from where either you get strength or it becomes a weakness for you. Am I right? This is what we are going to discuss in this chapter. I think everybody is comfortable discussing this chapter. Let's get started. Before I start this chapter, I would not discuss the chapter first. I am going to a case study of Walmart, because as I told you that in this chapter I am going to discuss organizations, firms, their strength and weaknesses, and related things and activities and the strategies. So it's quite clear. So my way of discussion in this chapter will start from a case study, not a single case study, but 2 case studies. So we'll start from the case study of Walmart. Yes, this is a Walmart case study, and the thing that I will discuss through this case study is very simple. I hope you will understand. You will find it in your Google Drive or on your app. Wherever you are studying from me, you will find this PDF over there. This is not in the book, but yes, this is very important. This will clear your mindset about strategic management. How an organization is run with the help of strategic management, with strategy, how strategies are made and how they are implemented. This is something that you will observe in this particular case study. Not a huge case study, simply 2-page case study, 1.5-page case study will hardly take 10 to 15 minutes. But yes, there will be lot of example, lot of interpretation and lot of learning from this, and you will be using this particular case study throughout the syllabus of strategic management of ICAI. Now, so the topic is how Walmart keeps its competitive advantage. As you know, that competitive advantage is something that is internal to an organization, which they develop through, during years and years. If I have a huge experience curve, it's my competitive advantage. If my economies of scale is big, it's my competitive advantage. If I can procure well, it is my competitive advantage. If my value chain activities are well coordinated, there is a great linkage in them, they are being done in a very nice manner, my profitability, market share, market position is improving. It means I have an edge over the rivals, and that's why my pillar number 420 is performing so well. So in this case study, we will discuss about the competitive advantage of Walmart. Why Walmart, that was established in 1962 by Sam Walton, is today world's largest self-service retail. Why this company is number one? Why this company is number one? Now you will come to know, and how strategy works in Walmart. If I remember, if I'm not wrong, in 2008, when the whole world was under recession, someone asked Sam Walton, he was alive at that time, someone asked that, look, Mr. Sam Walton, there is a, there is a very rigorous recession throughout the world. What is your plan? Mr. Sam Walton told that particular news anchor, news reporter, that my company and we are not participating in recession. This was the guts that the person told, that recession is not going to affect my company. The reason is we are so strong. Our internal things are so strong. Our internal environment is so much in control of mine and the board and the management, and the strategy is so well placed that we are going to get an edge over the rivals. We have nothing to worry. Recession is not going to, hamper in any way any of our business activities. Let's get started. Now reading part. Let's start the reading. Walmart succeeds in the United States simply by selling branded products at low cost. What is Walmart's slogan? A popular slogan of Walmart is everyday low prices. What is the slogan of Walmart? You can take a note of this. Everyday low prices. How come this is possible? Yes, this is possible. Yes, this is possible. Everyday low prices. Walmart tells people, come and buy products from me. The more and more you buy, my scale, economies of scale goes up. And the more scale will go up, my per unit cost of procurement of any branded product will go down, and I will transfer that price, that money to you in the form of customer margin. I think you have a good understanding of, pillar number 420. You understand what is customer margin. On the basis of that, he promises the sky, everyday low prices. Let's move further. But that doesn't explain it all. Following is an analysis of Walmart's competitive strategy. We have already studied competitive strategy. It is internal to an organization. How do we compete? How to compete? The strategy of how to compete is competitive strategy. So we will start from one function, one activity of value chain, and we will learn how Walmart is going to execute its, competitive activities or gain competitive advantage in the market. As you know, purchasing means procurement is very important for a retail. The better they procure, the better they enjoy. Walmart enjoyed scale economies of scale in purchasing as a result of its more than 50% market share position in discount retailing. Because in discount retail, it has 50% market share, means maximum 50% customers are going to them. That's why, and in 50% rest of the retailers are having shares. That's why their economies of scale is huge. So if any time it goes to a supplier or manufacturer, Walmart has a bargaining power. Now tell me yes or no. From Michael Porter's study, if I am a huge buyer, Walmart is a huge buyer, huge scale. He will go to some, Dell laptop manufacturer and they will ask him, look, supply me 1 crore laptops. And you go for one laptop. Who will bargain more? If the purchase size is huge, they will bargain more, and that bargaining contributes to its philosophy, everyday low prices. Though Walmart may be the top customer for consumer products manufacturer, it deliberately did not become too dependent on one vendor. they have a policy that they don't go to one vendor, they buy products from different vendors. Vendor constitutes some, no single vendor constitute more than 4% of its overall purchase volume. And to maintain the procurement or the purchase in a very steady manner or very fast manner, what Walmart does is they buy from, say if they have to buy 1 crore Dell laptops, they will buy from at least 1 crore laptops they will buy from 50 stores, not single store. Further, Walmart had pursued its nearly 3,000 vendors to have electronic hookup with stores to reduce overall order entry and processing cost for itself and its vendor. On the other hand, it is not only procuring it, they don't send letters to each and every vendors. Look, this is the PO, send me this. The whole activity is being done electronically online. This is the beauty, and that saves their time, saves the effort, and finally that also is a cost saving for procurement for Walmart. So procurement or purchase at Walmart is very cost effective. Second activity of like primary activity, inbound logistics. Very important. Once you have purchased something, you need to take it, bring it to your store. Otherwise, how will you serve it to the customers? About 85% of the all merchandise that Walmart sold was shipped through its distribution system, own distribution system, to the store. Walmart had thousands of stores. So inbound logistics is very effective thing that they need, very prominent aspect of their whole business. So in that they are very active and supplying 85% of their procurement through own distribution system, the store. Competitors average less than 50%, means competitors are dependent upon the vendors who or the distributor or the supply chain service companies for more than 50% of their procurements, whereas Walmart is self-dependent on 85%. So there is hardly any chance that their products will reach lately to their warehouses or their stores. This is one advantage. So you can see several advantages are there. You started watching from here, reading from here, Walmart having more than 50% market share, another advantage, right? Their economies of scale is huge. Scale economy is another advantage. So I am putting A, right? Not too dependent on one vendor, A. They are using electronic system, another advantage. They have now keep on counting the advantages that Walmart has built around its operation. 85% of its products are being shipped by their own distribution system, another advantage. Walmart used a saturation strategy for store expansion, means wherever I will see an opportunity, I will go, even in rural and suburban areas, I will go and start my own store. The standard was to be able to drive to a store within a day from a distribution center. I mean, wherever my distribution center is, after procurement, I will hardly take 24 hours to ship my product from one place to the other. Means today if they procure 1 crore laptops, it will reach within 24 hours to each and every store of Walmart. That is the fastest, one of the fastest way to deliver products to their store. Now definitely when I compiled this case study in 2022, now after 2 years, I am sure that they have improved further bit more on this. A distribution center was strategically placed so that it could eventually, this is also an advantage, this could eventually serve between 150 to 200 Walmart stores within a day. Stores were first built as far away as possible but still within a day's drive of the distribution center. Then the area was filled in back to the distribution center. The distribution centers operate 24 hours a day. Means they are working in 3 shifts, 8 into 3. Using laser guided conveyor belts and cross decking. Laser guided conveyor belts and cross decking techniques means they are using automation. They are using automated things, like I have discussed in one class. I discussed about a company called Gray Orange and their robotic system. which is and of course the company DTDC, the company DTDC is using, gray orange butler, that is an automatic sorting system which uses, with the help of robotics, they are automating the whole warehouse, that is called warehouse management system. So the same thing is being used by Walmart, so it is the modernization of its store, so that is also an advantage over the rivals. Not everyone is using today. That receives goods one side while simultaneously filling or orders on the other. The company owned a fleet of more than 3,000 trucks and 12,000 trailers. It is a strength of any company which is having its own distribution channel, and this is the strength due to which they are able to deliver its product to each and every store within 24 hours, number one. And number two, they distribute 85% of their merchandise through their own, distribution system, even procure, either it is inbound logistics or it is, distribution to the different centers. Most competitor outsource trucking. This is very important. Whereas they have 3,000 trucks and 12,000 trailers. Means this is the infrastructure that they are talking. Walmart had implemented a satellite network system. Very important. That was used to share information in between the company's network of the store, distribution center and suppliers. So all are on single page. Like today we have an app. Through app we have integrated all the system. Our lectures are there, I am there, you are there, my management is there, my team is there, encryption software service providing company is there. So you don't need to request individually to each and every one. So at one point, through a centralized, management system, centralized information system, everything is being controlled by the Walmart, and this is another competitive advantage that Walmart has. This is the strength of Walmart. So you can now just imagine how these big companies are working. They are working on each and every aspect within the organization. They are trying to optimize their purchase system, their distribution system, their information system, their production system, their warehousing system, robotics. They are using robotics everywhere. They are not losing on any strategic point. Wherever they find an opportunity to improvise, they are improvising. Yes. So orders could be consolidated, enabling the company to buy full truckloads without incurring excess inventory cost. Otherwise, what will happen is, if you have not such an integrated system, then the information, there will be a communication gap within the organization. But as the whole system is integrated, say today at X store I am selling 500 units of a laptop, then it will be automatically updated in the centralized information system. So the person sitting in the center at the top and at a place from where everything is being controlled, stock is being controlled, they know in time that 500 units from X store has been reduced, so we need to push stock to that particular store. So if there is an automated system where if there is a short of material or if there is an emergency supply that is required at a particular store, then automatic alarming system is there. The system will itself red flag that X store needs more laptops. There is no manual intervention in this particular company. Walmart's distribution and logistics infrastructure saved transportation cost 2% to 3% advantage, cost advantage. Now you understand the cost advantage. You understand pillar number 420, and two competitors means Walmart's pillar number 420. If I talk about Walmart's pillar number 420 and cost as compared to its competitors, if its competitors cost is 100 rupee, Walmart's cost is 97 or 98 rupees. This is the beauty of cost reduction or value chain optimization. So this is an advantage for Walmart. This is a competitive advantage for Walmart, and this is possible. Why? How? This is only possible due to this particular information system use of this particular information system, right? So again, this gives Walmart a competitive advantage. Market, it's also an advantage. Now so far you have seen at least 8-10 advantages that Walmart have on the basis of 2-3 functions only, 2-3 activity. increase flexibility, ensured 100% in stock position, and increase store selling space by reducing the space required for backroom inventory store. Now, store operations, coming to store operations, this is also an important thing for any retailer. Of course, in production unit also it is important. Here it is very important, because if you are not supplying timely raw material or the products or merchandise to your stores on a timely basis, then it's going to ruin. Or you need to have a better store control also. As a result of better management of stores, Walmart enjoyed cost advantage. Means this is again a competitive advantage. Further, it is reducing cost. So far you must have observed that Walmart is continuously working on how to reduce the cost. As I told you, in strategic management, two things are really very important. One is cost reduction, another is value addition. The more value we create, the more competitive advantage we gain. The more cost we reduce, the most cost advantage, and finally competitive advantage we gain, because that is going to increase your profitability. And sales per square foot advantage versus competitors. So this is another advantage. These advantages were derived from several sources. What? First is store location. Their stores were located at such a convenient place from where the products can be distributed easily, right? In the earlier years, Walmart's strategy was to build large discount stores in small rural towns. The location resulted in lower operating expenses. Yes, this is an advantage. Otherwise, people will go to big city of Faridabad, Gurugram, or Chennai or Coimbatore to build their store warehouses. Especially payroll, lower operating expenses, especially payroll and rent. Competitors such as Kmart, which were focused on large towns with population of more than 50,000, ignored Walmart, because Walmart was very seriously working in the urban and suburban areas and rural areas also, whereas the Kmart and the other Costco and Target groups were mostly concentrating on urban areas, because they used to believe that the top of the pyramid gives them more money. They have the buying capacity, whereas C.K. Prahlad's book, one of the book that I will mention here, and we are going to study also the same author in this particular chapter. We will study the concept of core competency being introduced by C.K. Prahlad. His book came in 90s. The book was Bottom of the Pyramid, and this was the textbook in IIM Calcutta when I was studying. The bottom of the pyramid, that is a huge audience. So Walmart understood the importance of the bottom of the pyramid people, means the people at the rural areas or suburban areas, they are also important. This built effective entry barrier as it became highly uneconomical for competitors to enter regions Walmart had already saturated. The strategy was very simple. What Walmart did was, Walmart started its operation in rural and suburban areas and worked very aggressively. So much aggressively that everywhere you will find Walmart in that particular area. By the time Kmart, Costco group and other target groups, such companies, retailers woke up and thought that, okay, let's move to the urban, rural areas and suburban area. By that time, Walmart had saturated the whole area, place. Human resource management, very important. Without skilled people, what will you do? Walmart created a dedicated workforce with higher labor productivity, lower turnover, and excellent customer service, very important in retail, offering profit sharing, incentive, bonus and discount stock purchase plans, promotions from within, promotion and pay raises based on performance, not seniority, and an open door policy. So this was something that encouraged their skilled manpower and actually the talent. It encouraged the talented people. So this policy worked. This is also an advantage for Walmart. So not only the procurement, purchase information system, these things are very important. Apart from that, if you have a good HR policy, that can also become your competency, that can also become your competitive advantage in long term. Management information system and control system in modern days, we will study in chapter number 5, digital transformation. Digital transformation, like banks were digitized, Like every organization has been digitized in last 20, 25 years, 30 years. Everything, in fact, audit has been, accounting has been, finance has been, financial system, financial institution, everything has been digitized and computerized. Accordingly, organizations have also computerized, but how effective their computerization is. Computerization doesn't mean just put computers in the organization. That is not only that is not that simple as we believe that okay, computer is there, everything is done through computer, then things are going on fast, accurate and in a speedy manner. No, not at all. The information system is effective only if it is well controlled, it is well designed. There are specific softwares that are actually needed by and people are well trained. If you install a centralized information system or computerized information system or core banking system in banks, organizations like bank, and their people, their cashier, their managers are not trained in using those softwares and tools and techniques, then how do you expect that they are going to deliver what you actually wanted? That will become a curse. As if you were expecting it as a boon, that will become a curse for you. So, but Walmart is using it very smartly. Walmart's management information system and control system help the company manage its more than 3,000 store in a remote place, thousands of miles away from the headquarters online. Store level data were collected, as I told you. We have collection of data on daily basis. We know which store needs what kind of products. Then only if we know on real time basis, this is what centralized online real time environment. This is called as core. If we know what is required at what store, then only we can deliver it or supply it through our fastest distribution channel that Walmart is already having. Now coming back to the point, guys, yes. Walmart analyzed and transmitted electronically to see how a particular region, district, store, department within a store or item was performing. So they know, they are analyzing this data, they are well aware about what is going on in each and every store. This eliminated stockouts, reduced the need for markdowns and slow moving stock and maximize inventory turnover. The benchmark information across the store was also a valuable tool to help problem stores. So those stores which were having huge stock of huge inventory, uncontrolled operations were going on, this was under the control of Walmart on a central basis, centralized basis. So they can solve these problems. Shoplifting control, very important. Walmart has cut its pilferage related losses. What Walmart did is they introduced a policy. They told their employees, see, if we buy something that is breakable, of course there is normal loss, abnormal loss. Say there is a policy of normal loss of 5% within the organization, that we assume that this is wines, perfumes, 5% of the perfume bottles will be broken or something like that. But if the employee can save that by taking a better care, being careful in the store. So whatever he will save for the company from the standard, say standard was 5%. So under his manager's supervision, only 2% pilferage happened. So he saved 3% for Walmart. Walmart introduced a policy. I will pay you whatever you save, 50% is yours. So every employee will be, will get motivated. Everybody would like that I will save and I will earn. Yes. A policy in which 50% of the saving created by pilferage decreased in a particular store versus the industry standard is shared among all employees. Very simple. And the last but not the least, another primary activity is called as marketing. Walmart's marketing strategy was to guarantee everyday low prices. From here only we started the case study. As a way to attract customers, the traditional discount retailer, which relies on sales, not only has to do more advertising and promotion, but also has to rely more on catalog mailing, building of our inventory before a sales, markdowns on the unsold inventory, etc. These are whatever you studied so far in this case study. This is how any organization build its competitive advantage. So far, By the time, I am sure that everybody in the class is well aware that the core of any organization's internal environment is the value chain activity. How smartly, how intelligently you can optimize your value chain activities. Either it is inbound logistics, outbound logistics, your distribution system, your procurement system, your human resource management system, your finance accounting, your management information system, your R&D innovation, or your production operations, whatever you have, service, after sales service and marketing. So the activities are, if you can manage your activity, you can optimize your activity, you can modernize your activities, these all become your strength, and that gives you competitive advantage, because that creates more and more value for the internal as well as external customer, right? And finally that reduces your cost, which actually results in increase of your profitability. This is the brief of strategic management. This is how strategy and strategic management works for any organization. I hope this case study was fine for you. I hope this gave a lot of clarity. It also gave you a clarity that how competitive strategy is being made by any organization, how strength are being built. So this is what? This is what? This is nothing. This is nothing, my dear friends. This is simply nothing but strategic analysis. We did nothing but we strategically analyzed, not external, internal environment of Walmart. Here we did nothing. We just started the chapter number 3. We picked up a company, Walmart. We analyzed strategically its internal environment, and we found that these all A's are its advantages or competitive advantages. But this has been, Rome was not built in a day. It took time to build Rome. So that's it. Do you want me to discuss another case study, or we should start the chapter? We should start the chapter right now. Just give a second. So now, after Walmart's case study, my focus is on the concept that we have understood through Walmart's case study, especially the Michael Porter's value chain analysis part that we have already discussed in chapter number 2, but how this is connected to chapter number 3. So the most important thing is something that we learned from that particular case study is the concept of core competencies, and that is the core competence, and that is the core concept of our whole syllabus. If you remember, in chapter number 2, I always used to say that there are key success factors of the industry, which are, when followed by the firms get successful. How? Because those firms who understand what is the good thing, what are the best practices that we can do in retail industry. So it was followed by Walmart, and it became their core competency, through which Walmart gets a competitive advantage in the market. So let's understand how this concept has been built. Now I will talk with reference to your study material. That was case study that will be useful for several examples for understanding of this particular chapter. Let's start with the discussion. I hope everybody knows what is resource. Yeah? You know what is resources? Yes sir, we know resources. We know a lot about resources. We have studied this in our economics, in BST, business studies, and everywhere. Now, and CA foundation also. So these are the resources. How many types of resources are there? You will say any organization. Say I am talking about an organization called Walmart. We are taking an example of Walmart. You can take a note also parallelly with me, because we are going to discuss it. We are going to establish concepts over here. So you parallelly take a note and keep on understanding what discussion is actually going on over here. So any organization, even an organization like Walmart, is having two type of resources. One is called, I think everybody knows, tangible resources. Another is called intangible resources. Am I right? Tangible means something that is quite visible in your balance sheet. All the balance sheet items are tangible resources except one, goodwill, etc. but there are so many other items which are not depicted in the balance sheet. I always tell you, I always discuss with you while you know studying studying your financial management, while discussing the concepts of financial management and strategic management, that a balance sheet of an organization only depicts 20% of organization's resources. So 20% of the resources that contribute to the value or worth of an organization are tangible, whereas 80% of the things which contribute to the success or failure of any organization are intangible resources, which are not there, rarely there in your balance sheet. I am not saying all, but yes, there are a very few, like goodwill, these things are there in the balance sheet. Otherwise, most of the things, like I am saying you, economies of scale, the contribution of economies of scale, contribution of learning curve, contribution of experience curve, which is saving per unit cost, and you have already studied in chapter number 2. Can you tell me where it is in your balance sheet? No, its effect is there, but its valuation is not there. Are you listening to me? Are you understanding what I am trying to establish? These things are like the experience, like the skill, like technical know-how, like quick decision making of the CEO Ratan Tata. Where Ratan Tata is in your balance sheet? Tell me. And Ratan Tata is the most valuable asset for Tata and Sons. Mukesh Ambani, the most valuable asset. Without him, you cannot even imagine about Reliance Industries Limited. Steve Jobs, Tim Cook, where do you, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, where are they in the balance sheet? They are nowhere, whereas they are governing, their brain is running the whole balance sheet, means the brain, the resources, the intangible resources. There are two types of knowledge. Where you have recorded knowledge in your balance sheet? Can you tell me? Knowledge, where have you recorded the organizational knowledge and wisdom within your balance sheet? Can you tell me? And can you measure it? Can you quantify it? Can you value it? Can you tell me how much rupee worth of knowledge is there within the organization? No. But don't you think that the knowledge is the most valuable part on which the organization is running? Yes, cash is there, bank is there, assets are there, fixed and current assets are there. These are the tangible resources which are already there, but intangible resources are completely missing from the balance sheet, and they contribute 80% in the success of any organization. So the thing that I want to establish is any organization is having tangible and intangible resources which they use to produce goods and services. Say, balance sheet, these items, these are resources, these two resources are used by the organization, and that becomes their capability. So if you integrate tangible and intangible resources together, that becomes your capability, that becomes your capability. For example, taking from the case study itself, Walmart can deliver its product to any of the stores within 24 hours. What is this? This is resource or capability? Tell me. Walmart can serve its customers in a very speedy manner. This is resource or capability? Walmart can collect data easily from each and every store and have the guts to do shoplifting control, have the guts to deliver products on the real time basis to the stores. They have that kind of data. They have launched satellites to gather information in an integrated manner, and they can fulfill the stocks which are in deficit in any of the godowns or the stores of their chain, of their retail chain, very easily within 24 hours. This is a resource or capability. Of course, this is being built on the basis of resources only, tangible and intangible, both resources, because truck will go, product will be lifted, and people will use their knowledge, take right decision at the right time, and they will take it to the store. But resources contribute. But finally, when I am asking you, they have a unique facility to deliver products to any store, fulfill any store requirement within 24 hours. This is a capability. So if you When the organization use their tangible and intangible resources in a very systematic manner, that is something that is built for them, is called as capability. So take an example, Walmart can deliver by using, of course they are using 3,000 trucks and 12,000 trailers. I know, those are the resources, tangible resources, but can deliver goods to any of its retail stores within 24 hours. This is a capability, and this gives an edge to the Walmart. This gives an edge to the Walmart. So capability and resources are responsible for your competitive advantage. On the other hand, don't you think there are other people also? You are delivering at 24 hours. There might be a rival of yours who can be easily delivering goods and services in 20 hours. Say for example, now I am comparing. Now I am going to help you out. So far you have understood two things, that your resources, which actually become capabilities, transform into capability, provides you competitive advantage, right? This is what it is. Whereas not only Walmart, if you are a retailer, there are other retailers as well in the market. They have also resources, they have also tangible and intangible resources, and they have also capability. Suppose now I am taking a reverse step. Suppose there is another retailer, and that is Kmart. And Kmart, by using its resources and capabilities, listen to me very carefully, is delivering the same product that Walmart is delivering in 24 hours to its stores in 22 hours. Means Kmart has done a superior integration, superior integration of its resources and tangible and intangible resources. So whose capability is better? Whose capability is better? What will you say? Kmart is better. Kmart is better. Now I have another question. Who has competitive advantage now as far as stores requirement fulfillment is concerned? Because the earlier you will fulfill the stores, the earlier it will reach to the customer. So customer will get satisfied with whom? The one who is delivering in 24 hours or the one who is delivering in just 20 hours, 22 hours. So this is competition going on, and resources are fighting with each other. Capabilities of different companies are competing with each other, and in this war, I will say, sir, Kmart has superior integration. So Kmart has competitive advantage over Walmart. Now Walmart management has to think. This is the process which goes on in the industry. I'm talking the real industry. Then we'll go to the study mat and you will understand each and every aspect. Now listen to me very carefully. Now this battle is happening in the industry. Walmart comes to know that Kmart is delivering in 22 hours, whereas Walmart was thinking that we are the boss. We are the king. We have the fastest delivery network. Our capability is better than any rival in the industry. What Walmart does? Walmart tightens its screw. It hooks up its managers. Ask them, manage the activities better, in a better manner. Do work on inbound logistics and outbound logistics. Manage your value chain activities in such a manner that my resources and capabilities become superior to Kmart. And people of Walmart start working again. Now listen to me, my dear friends. Now listen to me. And they work so well for next 15 days that now Walmart can, now again I have come to Walmart. Walmart has integrated its tangible and intangible resources in such a manner that it is delivering its product to the retail stores in just 20 hours. Now tell me who is superior. You will tell me, sir, Walmart has become again a winner in the race. So Walmart has won again. How? Because it improved on its capabilities. It again improved on its capability. again improved on its resources. It did a better integration of its tangible and intangible resources and built such a capability which is superior than Kmart. So again, they have competitive advantage, and now it seems near to impossible for others to beat Walmart, because they will have to work more now. They will have to go beyond, below 20 hours. So that is becoming a little tough. So this is called competency. Now when by using capability you are able to gain an edge over the rival, such capability is called competency. Now Walmart has the competency to deliver its product to the stores in 20 hours, and this is really superior and best in the industry, in retail industry. This is the competency. This is the competency. You go to the examination hall, you write so well that you always score minimum 60 plus in every paper. This is your competency. I'm not saying that you are the best, still I'm saying, but you are the winner after all. First you gathered your resources, converted into capabilities, used it to write well than more than many students and better than many students. You are scoring better than many students. Continuously you are into the race of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 50 rank. AIR 1 to 50 you are getting in CA foundation, in CA intermediate. Means you have the competencies. You have built such a competencies which gives you competitive advantage. Now I'm defining competencies. Listen to me very carefully. I'm just tossing words again and again, one by one, and you have to think. You have to think with me and write the definitions, how I'm building the concepts. 99%, I'm not claiming, I'm just telling you. You ask students, you ask your friends, resources, capabilities, competencies and core competencies. Just explain me the difference between these 4 terms. I'm sure you will get the answer. So just try it. I'm telling this why? Because in strategic management there is a thin line difference between 2 concepts. So we have to understand what is the real difference. Why? When we say capability, what does this mean? When we say competency, what does this mean? When we say core competency, how is it different from competencies? This is something we need to know, because MCQs are being asked, case studies are being built around this, and if you are confused, you will take the wrong answer, because every answer will look similar to you. So that's why you need to focus on this. This is something, this kind of hard work I am doing just for the sake of case studies and MCQs, and those are realities and those are compulsory questions. We cannot miss on them, right? We will also have a separate MCQ session where in a KBCA style I will deal with all the MCQ chapter wise. I will deal with all the MCQs and case studies. Don't worry, we will bring that. Primarily my focus is on completing your chapters. Once we complete the chapters, then we will be free to discuss every type of MCQ and case studies, because case studies and MCQs are integrated in nature. When it comes to the examination, it will come from anywhere from the syllabus. So that's why I have an attitude, that I have a philosophy that I complete the syllabus first and then I follow them, because it becomes easy. We can do more work in a less time. Otherwise, it will waste our time. Competencies. So write a note. Competencies are the resources and capabilities of the organization which provides them a competitive advantage over their rivals while competing. So now you are in a position to tell me, sir, all those capabilities which provide me competitive advantage are my competencies. So can you tell me, my dear friends, that fast delivery network of any goods and services to the retail store within 20 hours, which is superior than all other competitors in the industry of retail, is the competency of Walmart. Walmart, you can solve any problem of financial management book. Say cost of capital, we have 97 questions. You can solve any question. You can solve even better than any of your friends, is your competency. And basis that you are going to hit the bullseye, you are going to get 90 plus in this attempt. That is your competencies. But do you think that you are the only person who can do this? None other than that you can do this. Do you think that forever throughout your life you will be doing this kind of activity? Do you think that you will be scoring centuries and centuries and centuries for your whole life? By the time you will be able to do that, do you think that Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma will be hitting centuries in all the games until they are 45, 43, 42 years of age? Yes or no? If at all they are doing, and by the time they are playing before they take retirement and they are scoring like anything, means their skills, their resources, their tangible and intangible resources, their capabilities and competencies are sustainable in nature. What did I say? I used the word sustainable. Means they have an edge that is sustainable, that is continuous, that remains with them. Whatever is the situation, they are going to score the century. This is their core competencies. Whichever ball you throw, if they have to hit the six, they will hit the six. Even if you put them in a Yorker situation, they will go back and they will also hit a six. That is their core competency, because they are six master blaster. Core competencies. Now listen to me. All those resources and capabilities or competencies which are highly superior in the industry and which are of a long term in nature, I'm telling you, I'm using the word of long term in nature, or they provide sustainable competitive advantage to any of the organization, is their core competency. For example, iOS is the core competency of Walmart, Windows is the core competency of Microsoft, rocket technology is the core competency of SpaceX. Yes or no? Electric car technology is the core competency of Tesla. At the same time, electric car technology is the core competency of Tata Motors in India. Tell me yes or no. HR policy, human resource management capability is the core competency of Tata and Sons. At the same time, if you ask me, data analytics is the core competencies of Walmart. Huge customer base is the core competency of Walmart. Reason is very simple, because it provides them a sustainable competitive advantage. None other than Walmart can do this. Something that is rare, something that is unique. The capabilities and resources and competencies that are not easily copyable, what I'm saying, cannot be copied by others. Have you seen iOS type software, another software in the market? Have you seen touch screen technology better than Samsung in the market? No, sir. Even Apple gets supplies from Samsung. Why? Because this technology of Samsung is rare, unique, not easily copyable, and it provides him with a sustainable competitive advantage that is called core competency. I think you got the difference between resources, capabilities, competencies and core competencies. So the core difference is competencies give you competitive advantage. Yeah, it is fine. But core competencies give you sustainable competitive advantage. Means competencies can be copied. Yes. Competencies can be duplicated. Yes. Competencies can be shared. Yes. But core competencies are not easily copyable, and if at all they can be copied, that will be very costly for the organization, which will be of no use. Got it? So sir, write a note about core competency. Popularly we call it as CC. Core competencies. are the result of superior, I am using the word superior integration of resources and capabilities which provide the firm a sustainable competitive advantage in the industry, right? In the industry. Examples, not more, one or two: iOS, Windows, HR, human resource management in Tata, electric car, in Tesla, rocket, I'm not going in scientific detail, basically rocket propulsion technology, rocket propulsion technology in SpaceX, when the Starliner of Boeing failed, in which Sunita Williams was traveling, finally the operation that is being run to bring Sunita Williams from International Space Station is that of Tesla. Why people have that much trust in Tesla? Because they know they are full proof in space technology. Please take a note. Start from here, take the full note of this page, pause it and take a note, pause it and take a note. Then go to this page, pause it and take a note. This is very important, and especially competencies and core competencies. They are very, very, very important. Pause it and take a note. I'm again showing this competencies and core competency, very important. One question in every attempt is asked from the concept called core competency, and that's why I am picking it first. Then we'll go to generic strategy. That is also very popular in your examination, right? So one more thing that I am going to discuss, here, and then we will have another case study related to this. This is a topic where you need to put lots of effort and time. The reason is very simple. Strategic management is all about building core competencies. And this is a life lesson, this is an industry lesson. Tomorrow you will practice, you will have to follow this. So again, and in the examination also, you will find one descriptive and one or two MCQ questions out of this particular topic, because this is the core backbone of your strategic management subject. Now coming back to your study mat. So I already discussed chapter 3 is a very important chapter. Yes, I am breaking the sequence. I will straightforwardly go to the concept of core competencies. I will not waste your time. Straight away I will go to topic called, come to page number 75. Come to page number 75. I think it is loud and clear to you. Page number 75, guys, please. Come on. There is a topic called role of resources, capabilities and value creation in achieving competitive advantages. This is very simple. You can see there are two types of resources: tangible resource, intangible resources, right? Tangible resources are assets that can be seen and quantified. I don't think we need to discuss this. Every student knows in the class. Intangible resources includes assets that are typically rooted deeply in the firm's history and have accumulated over time. Because they are embedded in unique patterns of the routines, intangible resources are relatively difficult for competitors to analyze and imitate. Means tangible you can imitate. You can buy a car like me, you can buy a building like me, you can buy a resource like me, you can buy an asset like me, you can have cash balance like me, you can have a bank balance like me. But the kind of wisdom that is there, the way I teach, the way I explain, that cannot be copied. You cannot clone Om Trivedi. You can even clone Om Trivedi, but you cannot even clone the way Om Trivedi thinks in his brain. The brain works, how the brain works, how the decisions are being taken, how the experience are being gathered. You cannot copy all these things, and they are very crucial in any organization's success. That is something ICAI wants to tell you. Knowledge, trust between managers and employees, managerial capability, organizational routine, organizational culture, organizational philosophy, organizational value system, organizational work culture, all these are intangible resources, and they are big things. Right? Scientific capability, capacity to innovation, and the firm's reputation for its goods or services, and how it interacts with the people such as employee, customers and suppliers. All these are type of customer service, the value, the kind of customer first philosophy we have. All these are the kind of CEO we have, the kind of decisions are being taken, the speed of decision being taken within the organization. All these are intangible resources. So there can be variety of answers of questions that can be asked in the form of MCQ in the examination. That's why I'm explaining this. Capabilities. Capabilities exist when resources have been purposely integrated. Purposely integrated. Say I have to produce 5,000 units of this pen. I have to produce 5 lakh units of this Rode mic. For that I need a capability, I need a plant which is having the capacity to produce 5 crore units. That is my capability. How many units you can produce per day? How well you can manage your inventory, that is your capability. If you can manage it, you have capability. If you cannot, how fast you can deliver your products to the customer, how better customer service you can provide, how better sales and after sales services you can provide to the customer, that is your capability. I think you are understanding it. This is a very important thing that we are discussing. Purposely integrated to achieve a specific task or set of tasks. Walmart case study, as you know. These tasks range from human resource selection to product marketing, research, development, every activity of value chain. It is concerned with all the activities of value chain, all the 9 activities. I think this is quite loud and clear to you. Guys, now examples. Listen for examples, because this can be an MCQ. Mark here, MP sir. MP sir, there is a possibility that question will be asked from here. MP sir, MCQ can be asked. Effective use of logistics management technique. This was my Walmart answer. Effective and efficient control of inventory. Right now I told you. Effective customer service, merchandising, innovative marketing, product and design qualities, digital technology usage, etc. These are your capability. Every organization has not that kind of capability. Now coming back to competencies. One example that is here, just read it. It will make everything clear. I think Walmart example has made everything clear. Right? Competitive advantage we already have discussed, but yes, it is there in the study mat. We need to discuss it. We cannot ignore it. Am I right? We cannot ignore it, my dear friends. Now, coming back. Competitive advantage. Is it all right? No, something is missing. No. Sorry. Yes. This is perfect. Competitive advantage and the differences they create in firm performance are often strongly related to the resources firms hold and how they are managed. Okay, this is fine. Resources are the foundation of strategy, and unique bundle of resources generate competitive advantage. Yes. Now what did I say? Resources firms hold and how they are managed. This is important. Resources are the foundation of strategy. I already done. Unique bundle of resources generate competitive advantage leading to wealth creation. That is called competency. That is called competency. Now, okay, because here we are only talking about competitive advantage. We are not talking about SCA. We are only talking about CA. So senior CA will be sustainable competitive advantage. We need a senior CA if there is at all. This is the difference. If you are talking about competitive advantage, there will be competencies behind that. If you are talking about senior competitive advantage, means sustainable competitive advantage, definitely there will be a, core competency. To identify and successfully use their resources over time, those leading firms need to think constantly about how to manage them to increase the value for the customers. Do you remember something in your financial management now? Can you connect it? There also we have the only goal to create value worth. Shareholders worth. Shareholders wealth maximization is the core goal, from cost of capital to investment decision, capital budgeting to working capital management. There is no other goal that we have. If a firm possesses resources and capabilities which are underscore, which are superior to those of competitors, then as long as the firm adopts a strategy that utilizes these resources and capabilities effectively, it should be possible for it to establish a competitive advantage. Means again this is competitive advantage, means again this is, here we are talking about C, competencies. We have not yet reached to core competencies. Are you clear? Are you clear? I know you are thinking, sir, why are you focusing on competencies? Because ICAI MAT has not yet told you what is core competency. This is my duty, because I have seen YouTube videos where people fatafat they write C, core competency. This is the definition of core competency. KKDs. They don't know. But this is my duty to tell you. And that's what I am telling you. Okay. चलना यार. Yes. But in terms of the ability to derive profit from this position of competitive advantage, a critical issue is the time period over which the firm can, now the word has come, the firm can sustain its advantage. How long? Guys, answer me. How long? How long you can maintain your competencies? How long you can maintain your capabilities? How long can you maintain your competitive advantage? That will be those things which help you to maintain your competitive advantage. Those items, those resources and capabilities and competencies which help you to sustain your competitive advantage. Now those will become core competency for me. This is what C.K. Prahlad told us. Resources and capabilities are not inherently valuable. I have enough resources and they are of no use to me. I am not applying them to work. Do you think they are going to give me advantage or competitive advantage or the earnings that I am looking for? No, not at all. Why? उन्होंने मेरा कर्जा थोड़े लिया पिछले जन्म का. But they are not in debt. They are not my gulams. They are not my slaves. Unless and until you apply them on work, how will they? If I have very good skills to teach strategic management and financial management, I'm just laying in my house, sleeping well, getting 1 p.m. early in the morning, 1 p.m., not a.m., 1 p.m. in the morning, then again sleeping 8 p.m. at night, and in 7 hours I have just party and this, that. Who will earn for me? Will I get sustainable competitive advantage due to my knowledge and skill? No, sir. You will have to apply them. Resources and capabilities are not inherently valuable. This is a question. This is something that you need to answer. This can be a question in your examination. But they create value when the firms can use them to perform certain activities that result a competitive advantage. In time, the benefit of any firm's value creation strategy can be duplicated by the competitors. Means there can be copy of this. You develop a technology, I can copy it. The day you copy, my competitive advantage is gone. In other words, all competitive advantage has a limited life. Yes. But I know everything has expiry date. But there are people who, like Maruti Suzuki, Maruti 800. That product also had a expiry date, but that ruled the world, Indian market, for the maximum number of years than any car in India. That car, wo apna Ambassador, ruled the market for 50 years, 60 years at least. Though that car also had an expiry date, but there was some sustainable competitive advantage. There was some core competency due to which it remained on top it remained on top for a longer period of time. If your product or service or your business remains on top for a longer period of time, just think about Apple. It means you have sustainable competitive advantage, and behind this you have your core competency that is playing a role. And this is the diagram that we have already discussed. In brief, we have discussed, better diagram we have discussed, resources create capability, that give competitive advantage, that gives competitive advantage, that becomes my competencies. The day it gives me sustainable competitive advantage, that becomes my CC, right? This is the diagram, this is the complete diagram. Now I have completed the diagram from here to here. You have to remember this chain. Please copy it. Please copy it, guys. Please copy it. Please copy it. Please copy it and try to understand. If you have any queries so far, please send me the queries back. I will answer. We'll discuss questions also. Like in every chapter we are discussing questions. Here also we'll discuss, but let's complete concepts one by one. Then we'll discuss the questions. Let me have a water break, please. Okay. Now the concept of core competency. I will be in your syllabus. I will not go anywhere. I will be on a study mat. I will be discussing here because the base that I wanted to create, I have already created. Now I am fast and furious because we have a case study to discuss a lot. Now the concept of core competency. Mark here, very, very hot for any examination. Mark for at least 5 to 7 marks in any of the exams it comes for. Core competencies are, now focus on the word. Core competencies are, CCs are capabilities that serve as the source of competitive advantage for a firm over its rival. This is not a complete definition. This is again an incomplete definition. The complete one will come later on. So please don't doubt my definition. And yes, of course, we are going to study two important people over here. One is C.K. Prahalad, another is Gary Hamel. Both were the best people in the world to give the theory of core competency that was used in the industry. Even C.K. Prahalad wrote a book, Bottom of the Pyramid. The whole idea of C.K. Prahalad in that particular book is how core competency can be used to produce better product at the bottom of, for the people who are there, for the masses who are there at the bottom of the pyramid, means low income group or middle income group people. Basis the philosophy of C.K. Prahalad, our Tata Nano car was built. In fact, in the whole world, all the products, cost-effective products that are made, and the philosophy behind that was developed by C.K. Prahalad, and we are going to read his philosophy of core competency. This is what we are going to read. Now, come to the point. What happened? Come on. They express their opinion in the article, the core competencies of the corporations. The core competencies of the corporations. What happened? Wait. Corporations. Now you can see them, how they look. You can read it for your reference. Now I'm going to the core definition of core competency as given by C.K. Prahalad. So his definition is the best definition in the world. Not for me, for the whole world. For the whole world, this is the real definition that everybody follows. What is it? Core competency. The collective learning in the organization. The collective learning in the organization is called core competency. A bundle of skills integrated to make a company unique. Apple, iOS 10, iOS, Windows, again coming back to Intel, CPU technologies, microprocessors and microcontrollers at IBM, semiconductors and chip, integrated circuitry technologies at IBM, right? Bulb technologies in General Electric. All these are based on your inventions and innovations. Basically, they are your capabilities and core competencies. They are your core competencies. Not only this, even if you can better bundle your product, even if you can better market your product than all other competitors in the market, that is also your core competency. If you can deliver your products in a better fashion, if you can produce better in a better manner, if you can reduce the defect in fact than any other rival in the industry, then that is your core competency. Whatever gives you sustainable competitive advantage in the industry is your core competency. The organizational culture based on the people, their skill and knowledge make a company competitive, means this is an intangible resource which is also contributing to your core competency. The engine for new business development created from the coordinated, integrated and harmonization of diverse skills and multiple streams of technologies. So, there are variety of things within the organization which can become a core competence. That is something we are listing. In the Walmart's case study also you saw purchasing, inbound logistics, marketing, use of information technology, shoplifting control, human resource management. From every aspect you can draw your core competency. That is very unique. Communication, involvement and working across organizational boundaries. Unique physical assets competencies do not deteriorate as they are applied and share, they grow. When you use your brain grows or deteriorates. If you don't use, there was a scientist, there was a zoologist called Lamarck. He used the term some 300-400 years back. He told people that use and disuse of organs. The organ that you use the most becomes the strongest. The organ you stop using, like the right hand and the left hand. All those people who are lefty, their left hand is very powerful. Say I was a footballer with a left leg. I was a lefty footballer and righty cricketing batsman. That was my unique strength. Because most of the time goalkeepers was confused. They had an idea that I am a right-handed player. So if I play cricket in right hand, means my right foot will move fast. But reverse was the case. I used to kick from the left leg and they were always, I used to thus deceive them most of the times. So again, this is also C.K. Prahalad and Gary Hamel. Now a question that is coming in front of you. The first question. So far we were defining all the resources, capability, competencies and core competency. Now there will be a topic in the exam hall that will be asked to you, and this is very easy. You know each and every aspect of this. Just I am going to consolidate it with reference to ICAI study mat. The question will be, three competencies that can be termed as core competencies of a corporation. Now, do you think I was in the right direction? I was moving in the right direction. In fact, we were moving in the right direction. Did you see ICAI talking at any point of time about competencies? Just tell me. Just tell me. Just give me the answer. We have already gone through 2 pages of ICAI study mat so far. Did you see a mention of competency word anywhere? But I told you that this is something that here when ICAI is defining and writing core competency, basically this definition is not of core competency. This is only of competencies. This is something where ICAI lacks in its understanding. ICAI has also a problem. So you have to read between the lines. You have to read line to line. Sometimes you are, deceived when you are reading line to line, and there are hidden secrets of concepts between the lines. This is the beauty, and this is the role where I have to play a role, and I have to establish all the concepts play at the right place in the right manner, so that you can understand it better and as per the ICAI requirement. This is what I am trying to do with you guys. And here also, if you see, there was not a single mention of competency anywhere, though I told you this is the definition of competency only. This is not core competency. But now coming back to the point with reference to C.K. Prahalad, finally ICAI has come to a place where they are telling 3 competencies that can be termed as core competencies. Means competencies definition should be there, and competency is superior integration of resources and capability which provides you with competitive advantage. Means ICAI is asking a question, means They are saying, look, I have competitive advantage. How can I make it, convert it to sustainable competitive advantage so that it remains for a longer period of time and I remain a successful organization for a longer period of time? How come this is possible? Yes, sir, this is possible. How? So he said, C.K. Prahalad said, there are three competencies that can be termed as core competencies. What? Number one, competitors differentiation. Competitors differentiation means all those resources should provide competitive advantage, because unless and until we have competitive advantage, listen to me very carefully, how can we convert it to sustainable competitive advantage? We have to add S with CA to make it SCA. Yes or no? If we have to reach to this place, we have to make CA, SCA, we need S. For that we need competitive advantage. And how will we get competitive advantage? Answer me. The more value we create, the more competitive advantage we gain. Yes or no? The better value chain activities we perform, the better linkage we have between value chain activities, all 9 activities, primary and support, the better competitive advantage we have. So what we have to do? We have to optimize the value chain and we have to gain competitive advantage. This is the priority to reach to sustainable competitive advantage, and later on the third point will take you to sustainable competitive advantage. Are you right? Are you understanding what I am trying to establish, guys? So first point is competitors differentiation. Its another word is competitive advantage. You can write it like competitive advantage. Take a bracket. In bracket, at the side of competitors differentiation, in bracket, please write competitive advantage. That is another word that is used for competitive advantage. Means all those things which differentiate you from your rivals, that is competitive advantage. Competitive advantage. Now, second point is customer value or value creation. Very simple. So if you want to differentiate yourself from your rivals, you will have to create more and more value. So this is final. So these two terms are well known to you. So I don't think I need to read it. I need to, explain anything about these two words. Now the third thing that is very important, you have value creation capability. You have competitive advantage. Do you apply them? So application of competencies, because competencies give you, listen to me, again I am telling you, I know masses are confused about this. That's why I am taking a long route. I am taking a step-by-step route to reach to this place. As you know, competencies give you competitive advantage. And competencies give you competitive advantage only when you can create value by using them. Yes, sir. If I can create feature, quality, durability, availability, service, after sales service in this product, it means I have competency, then I can only create value and it will give me competitive advantage. Final, done, no problem. Yes, sir, I know this. So this is fine. What about application of competency? For example, we have a technology of iOS. We are Apple and we are not making Macs. We are not producing, we have Mac, we are not producing MacBook or Mac Air. We have iOS, we are not making iPhones. Don't you think this is foolish? Yes, this is foolish. So what Apple did, they have iOS, they developed it, they invented it, and they used it in their smartphones, and that gave them competitive advantage, sustainable competitive advantage. So a competency when applied becomes core competency. Second, we have a CEO called Ratan Tata, and he is sleeping at home for last 10 days. So is he of any use to me? Is Mr. Ratan Tata a strength of Tata and Sons? Yes or no? No. But if he is there in the office taking decisions all the way, all the night, all the days, he's a competitive advantage. Steve Jobs had a pancreatic cancer and he had to leave Apple due to that. Was he any more a strength to Apple? No. Because his competencies could not have been applied during those 3-4 years. So that was a That was a weakness to Apple. So unless and until you apply, you have developed a very good value system within the organization, but that is not at work. You have a huge experience curve. You have a huge learning curve. You can build an economies of scale, everything you have, but you are not producing goods and services and taking the advantage of those competencies. You have enough fund, but they are lying in the bank account. मिट्टी कर दिया तुमने. कूड़ा कचरा, garbage. Money in bank is nothing but a garbage. Take it to the market. Then only you will get something out of this. So my whole idea, the whole philosophy, the whole iteration, the whole idea is application of competencies across different, I have 5 organizations. Say I have a unique resource. I am Walmart. Just think about this. I am Walmart. I have a very great inbound logistics facility. I have warehouses. I have 3,000 trucks, 12,000 lorries, and this and that, and 15,000 trailers. I have warehouses. I have cold storage. I have another food processing business. Can I apply it to that business also? I am Walmart. I have food processing business. Are these cold storage, warehouses, stores, retail chain, and the whole, this logistics network is useful in my food processing business, isn't it? I have a courier business. Is it usable? I am courier service. I am DTDC. I have cargo planes at Netaji Subhash Chandra Airport in Kolkata. Another in Indira Gandhi International, another in Chhatrapati Shivaji, Mumbai, and in Chennai. So I have at all major airports, I have cargo planes. And apart from parcel business, apart from this courier business, I have another business of books. I have another business of manufacturing, electronic items. Can't I use those for them? If I can use, that will become my core competency, because I am already an express service parcel provider. So why not I can apply those to my other businesses? So application covers both the aspects. One, application of available resources and capabilities and competencies. Second, application across the organization, across the enterprise, so that we can get maximum benefit out of this. So this is called competencies that can be termed as core competencies. Just the answer will be, the code word will be CCA. So you are right here, CCA. This will be the memory code. Competitors differentiation, creation of value, and application of competencies. I think this is done. Explanation part is done. Let's go to the study mat. We'll read one by one. You start reading, I will come later. Please, you start reading, I will come later. You start reading, this is a very important topic. Competitors differentiation or competitive advantage, it is already written over here. The company can consider having a core competency if the competence is unique and difficult for competitors to imitate. Imitate means copy. Copy. Something that cannot be easily copied is unique and core competency. And why core competency? Because it will be there for a longer period of time with the organization. It allows the company to provide better product or services to the market without the fear that competitors can copy it. Very easy. Second, the company has to keep on improving these skills in order to sustain its competitive position. Sustain. This word is very important in CC. This word is very important. Competence does not necessarily have to exist within only one company in order to be defined as the company's core competence, although all companies operating in the same market would have the equal skills and resources. If one company can perform this significantly better, I'm not telling that other companies do not have, but I have the best one. I'm not saying that books and teachers are bad. I'm saying all teachers and books are good. Books and teachers are never bad, but I do lots of research. I do lots of hard work. I put in lots of effort. I take all the queries of my student. I am the best. I'm talking about myself. I'm not demeaning others. I'm telling myself I am the best because I do lots of hard work behind my teaching. I have lots of research. I have lots of time. I invest lots of time. I am a 100% dedicated teacher. I am a full-time teacher. I am not a part-time teacher. I am not working for money only. Yes, money can be one part of my teaching. आश्रम को चलाने के लिए भी पैसे की जरूरत होती है. Even a religious place needs money to run the organization, but teaching is not a profession where we are to only where we are only for money. Not at all. If I make a mistake, I will ruin the career of the nation. If others make a mistake, it doesn't matter. So as a teacher, my first responsibility is for the society. I have first corporate social responsibility. I have first my responsibility as a teacher first, because I am here to impart knowledge, and then earning can be the secondary motive. But here, so others also perform significantly better, but the one who is the best, who does better than them, has a sustainable competitive advantage, and this is his core competency. This can provide a company an edge to compare over the competitors. The diversified corporation is a large tree, the root system that provides nourishing sustenance and stability is the core competence. Yes, if you have a core competency, you will be a long-term, you will gain longevity. Just like Cambridge University Press and other examples that we discussed in chapter number 1. Coming to customer value creation, I think we can pass on this topic. This is easy topic, Application of competencies, yes, we need to read it out, because this question can be asked. I have a doubt that I have a very gut feeling that this question will come in this attempt. Core competence must be applicable to the whole organization. Yes, I have a technology which is not of any use. What will I do? So it should be applied to the whole of the organization. It cannot be only one particular skill or a specified area of expertise. Say I have a technology, I have developed iOS 10, iOS 11, I have developed Mac, but I have no money to make, Mac Airbook. What will I do? So it means one competency needs other competencies, and in an integrated manner they are going to create a unified effect that is going to win the race. Therefore, although some special capabilities would be essential or crucial for the success of a business activity, it will not be considered as core competence if it is not fundamental from the entire organization's point of view. Right? Thus, a core competence is a unique set of skills and expertise which will be used throughout the organization to open a potential market to be exploited. This is the real definition of core competency, my dear friends. Market. Core competencies are often visible in the form of organizational function. Means how well we are doing our marketing. Any function, take any activity and the linkage of the activities, coordination of the one activity with the other activity, value chain optimization. This is something related to that. Very easy. A core competence for a firm is whatever it does the best. Yes, I am the best, I am the best, I am the best. This is why I told you, I gave you the slogan, I am the best. Understand the unique way of, right? Walmart does several things the best. They can reduce their operating cost in the best possible manner. They have the capability to reduce their operating cost. On the basis of that, they offer everyday low prices. That is their core competencies. Read it. Core competencies are the knowledge, skill and facility necessary to design and produce core products. That is simple. Now we are just, you can read it out. They are the repetitions. Now coming to one more thing. Core competencies fulfill 3 criteria. Just listen to this particular point. This is a good criteria. 3 criteria. They provide potential access to wide variety of market. Now tell me, Walmart's core competency provides them a wide variety of market, yes or no? Taking product to the stores. I will take maximum Walmart examples today. The reason is, especially in this chapter, because we have started with the case study of Walmart. That is the most suitable, best example in the world, because they are #1 retailer of the world. Whenever we study strategic management, remember one thing. 2 things are very important. One, think like the top management person. Second, think with a perspective of long term. And the third one, 3 things. Third thing, always talk about top-notch companies. The best in their class, the best people, the best organization in that particular industry. That will give you enough examples for strategic management, because all those organizations who have the capability to become number one, they are definitely following strategic management in the best possible manner, because behind every superior organization there is a superior strategy. So this is the core I am telling you. Remember 3 things in strategic management. I don't think you will miss on the concepts anyway. You are not going to miss it anyways. Chalo. Just give me 1 second. 1 second please. 1 second please. These provide a potential access to wide variety of market. Very simple. This is an application. Again, core competency fulfills 3 criteria. These should make a significant contribution to the perceived customer benefits of the end product. Means they create value. Perceived value. They create perceived value. Don't you think the blade technology of Gillette gives you not only the value, it gives you a perceived value. That's why you pay higher price. Don't you think you pay for Apple more than Samsung's any of the phones? Why? The reason is very simple, because the iOS produces iPhones which are the best in class. They are unique. So unique competency, unique resources create unique products. And third, they should be difficult to imitate for competitor or rivals. So there are 3 criteria. Core competency fulfill 3 criteria. We'll discuss further all these topics in detail. Further also we'll discuss all these in detail. Examples you can see. Right. Next topic is how to build core competence. We'll take a break. Then we'll come to this topic again and we'll finish this topic, right? We'll take a break, just 5-minute break. We have 2 more topics, how to build CC, number 1, and 1 more topic related to this only. I will not leave this topic, I will come again. And another topic is sustainable competitive advantage. We'll discuss this first, these 2 topics, these very important topics. Just think like this, that in 1 attempt, sustainable competitive advantage is being asked, and in 1 attempt, core competency building is being. In 1 attempt, you will see a question from this topic, how to build a CC. And in alternate attempts, you will find a question from this topic called C.K. Prahalad criterias. C.K. Prahalad, 3 competencies that can be termed as core competencies. There are 3 major questions that come from this topic, and in every attempt you will see one of them. And sometimes we have seen 2 questions being asked from this topic. That's why I'm taking time. Have a 5 minutes break. We'll be back and we'll start again. Thank you. Okay guys, let's start then for 2 topics that was left before we had a break. The first topic is how to build core competency, and the second topic will be this one, sustainability of competitive advantages, and most importantly, the question that comes with the tagline, competitive advantage depends upon the 4 major characteristics of resources and capabilities that provide sustainable competitive advantages. These are 2 topics that I am here to discuss. One by one we will discuss, but yes, we will discuss from the book. I will explain it in greater detail. You will have to write the memory code as well, and this is very, very important. You should always be ready in your mind that this is going to be there in your examination, your question paper. So let's get started. So first thing is how to build CC. So according to C.K. Prahalad and Gary Hamel, they told us 2 ways to build core competencies. 2 ways to build core competencies as per C.K. Prahalad and Gary Hamel. First is Just forget about the study mat. We'll go to the study mat and then we'll discuss more. 4 criterias to build CC, core competencies, or to gain, in another terms, the question might ask like this: to gain sustainable competitive advantage, SCA. These are the type of question that you can see in the examination hall. Or another thing is that capabilities that are core competencies, or 4 criteria to establish that capabilities that are core competencies. You can note all these 3 sentences. In these 3 forms, this topic can be asked in the examination. Either of the 3 identifier will be there, basis which you can decide what question I have been asked in the examination hall. So Michael Potter told us, CK Prahlad told us that there are 2 criteria to build CC. 2 ways to develop, core competence. 2 ways to build core competence. Remember this, how to build CC. Answer is simple. 1, 4 criteria, and second one is nothing but value chain analysis that you have already studied in chapter number 2. So this we are not going to discuss, but yes, in your answer sheet this will be there. And the first one is 4 criteria to build CC. What are these 4 criteria to build CC? First write this, then I will go to the book. Write with me. 4 criteria to build CC. CC. The first one is any resource or capability should be valuable. Easy. Second is non-substitutable. Third is costly to imitate. And fourth one is rare. If any resource and capability is valuable, non-substitutable, or any capability is valuable, non-substitutable, which cannot be replaced easily, costly to imitate means whether yes you can copy, but you can copy at a higher cost, which will not be a sustainable model for you. So in that case, or it is rare. In these 4 ways you can establish that yes, these are the 4 criteria to build CC. Means any capability can become CC if these 4 criteria are met. This is called a VRIO analysis, VRIO analysis, which has not been mentioned in our study mat. That's why I am not discussing. The real terminology, the real model behind this is called VRIO, VRIO analysis. Valuable, rare, imitability, and of course organization-wide presence. So but that is not here, so I am not discussing that. The real concept is that, but ICAI has mentioned all these 4 criteria, so we are discussing these 4 criteria only. This is one question, one part of the question. The second question that comes to your mind in the examination hall: resources and capabilities that provide sustainable competitive advantages. Resources and capability that provide sustainable competitive advantage. This is another question. If you ask me, sir, what is the difference between these two pointers, between this and between this? If you ask me, I will say there is no difference. There is no difference. Sustainable competitive advantage, ask the question, ask this question or this question. This is the same question. This is the same topic, but it has been written twice in two different formats. Sir, there is a great confusion. Yes, there is a great confusion. What you have to do, you have to just mug up. I'm telling you, conceptually there is no difference. These two are same topic. Just that you have to discuss first with the reference of C.K. Prahalad and Gary Hamel for how to build CC. Under the topic, how to build CC. So there you will write valuable, non-substitutable, costly to imitate and rare. For this the memory code will be, I'm just writing the memory code. Memory code will be valuable. You can note it. Valuable NCR. Valuable NCR. Means this way you will be able to remember the concept called 4 criteria to build CC. Capability that provides sustainable competitive advantages as per Gary Hamel and C.K. Prahalad. 4 criteria to build CC or how to build CC. Under that heading, you will write valuable NCR. So remember this. This is something that you will have to mug up. First the heading and then the pointers, because ICAI would look for the same pointer under the same heading. This is our tragedy. I can say this is a tragedy with you, but yes, you will have to accept. And further, if there is a topic, resources and capabilities that provide sustainable competitive advantage, yes. Here again there are 4 things, 4 type of resources that provide that is on the basis of imitability. It will be checked on the basis of imitability. It will be checked on the basis of durability. It will be checked on the basis of transferability. And it will be checked on the basis of appropriability. What is this appropriability? How will you remember this? First of all, you have to memorize this heading. This should be in your mind. I will go to the study matter. I will discuss. First, I am differentiating these two topics. There is no difference, but still we are trying to differentiate on the basis of Ratta. So, you will remember this as under the memory head. Memory code will be I for imitability, I, D for durability, D, T for transferability, T, F for appropriability, F, IDT, F, indirect text, F. This is how you have to remember this is this. Imitability, durability, transferability and appropriability. So, there are 2 questions. I will discuss one by one, but yes, you need to write it in the same page so that you don't get confused. When you see how to build CC, you have to discuss valuable NCR. When you see there are resources and capabilities that provide sustainable competitive advantages, there you have to write IDTF, imitability, durability, transferability and appropriability. Yes, if Walmart can fulfill these 4 criteria or these 4 criteria, I will tell that this particular resource or capability is a core competency. It will provide sustainable competitive advantage to the organization. So, institute has confused you without any reason. Both are same thing. You have to write one of them. Chalo, we will discuss the book. Now, coming to the book part, start reading. Now, I will read and explain, and here you will, try to recite with me, try to memorize with me. You will be able to memorize it in the class as well. Core competencies are created by the superior integration of technologies, physical and human resources, etc. I think by now you are well versed with this particular terminology. There is no doubt about it. This is the main definition of ICAI core competencies. They represent distinctive skill as well as intangible, invisible, intellectual assets and cultural capabilities. Cultural capability refer to the ability to manage change, the ability to learn and team working. Organizations should be, these are repeated content, viewed as a bundle of few core competencies, each supported by several individual skills. Core competence based diversification reduces risk and investment and increases the opportunity for transferring learning and best practices across the business units. If you have this kind of skill, you can transfer, you can share apply your core competency to the other businesses that you have. We have already learned this. So there is no ways we are not going to waste our time. There are two tools, this is very important, that help the firm to identify and build core competency. One is 4 specific criteria of sustainable competitive advantage. Mark my words, this is the first sentence that you will see in your question paper. First sentence that you will see is this: 4 specific criteria of sustainable competitive advantage. If you see this terminology in your question or in a case study, you have to write valuable NCR, number 1. Number 2, that firms can use to determine those capabilities that are core competencies. So another way of writing this question can be 4 criteria that can help you decide all those capabilities that are core competencies. In that case also, so second question can be focused on this particular terminology. So they will pick up this line plus 4 specific criteria of capabilities that are core competencies. This can be another question. So there are 2 type of terminology. Say there is a case study, everything has been discussed. We will discuss that. Of course, we will discuss case study in a practice session, but this can be the way this question can be asked. And second is the value chain analysis. I think this is something that you know. Let's get started with the first one. Criteria for building core competencies. This is the 3rd line that you will get in your question. So if any of these 3 lines you see in your question, either a straight question or a case-based question, you have to identify yourself with valuable NCR. First is valuable. What does this valuable means? Say I have iOS 10, iOS, am I able to produce world's best smartphone in the market? Yes or no? Say I have the best I have the best designing team, I have the best printing press, I have the best knowledge, I have worked in the industry, I have worked with 4 multinational companies, I have worked at several levels within the within the industry. At the same time, I worked with ICAI, I have written your fmsm module. Say, tell me whether this kind of competency, this kind of resource, this kind of capability that I have developed over the years is going to create core competency or not, going to give me sustainable competitive advantage or not. Tell me yes or no. So this is the first criteria. If your resources, capabilities are valuable, they are able to create value, feature, quality, durability, availability, service, after sales service, technology, marketing, advertisement, branding, everything is going to play a major role in your building core competency. This is something it is. You can give several examples. Valuable capabilities are one that allow the firm to exploit opportunity or avoid the threat in their external environment. A firm creates value for customers by effectively using capabilities to exploit opportunity. If you have something, some guts or some capability to develop value, to create value, you will of course grab the opportunity. If you don't have, you will lose the opportunity. Finance companies build a valuable competence in financial service largely through acquisition and their core competence by integrating newly acquired business. So they integrate that newly acquired business with their own business. We will also study in chapter number 5 a tool, McKinsey's model, which talks about how a company when acquired can be easily gelled up with the existing company, how we can do that. In addition, to make such competencies as financial services highly successful require placing the right people in the right job. This is also one of the right people at the right job will create value. Human capital is important in creating value for the customers. You can give several examples. A good customer care, is that creating value? A good data analytics, is that helping you to do predictive analysis about the consumer behavior? Yes or no? Yes, sir. So it will help you out. If your resource and capabilities or your competencies are able to create value, they are valuable, they can provide you with sustainable competitive advantage, and I will keep that in the category of core competency. I think this is clear. So one point is very clear. This is a very good point. Number 2, rare, something that is rare. For example, don't you believe that SpaceX technology of rocket propulsion is very rare? If it would have not been rare, do you think really that NASA would have taken help of SpaceX to bring Sunita Williams to the surface on Earth? from the space station, International Space Station? No, not at all, because that is rare. They have rare capabilities, like making F-16, F-35. Don't you think this is a rare capability that USA has built? US has a huge fuel reservoir in their country. In fact, the whole Gulf cannot produce that much oil. They have reserve for next 50 years in their country. Don't you believe that this is a rare capability that they are having other than others, and that's why they are world number one. This is their core competence, right? Core competence. Anyone having core competence. There are students, you will see that whatever they read once, they just memorize it. They will see it, read it, and everything will go to their brain. They will never forget. This is a rare capability, isn't it? Don't you think that CPU, Central Processing Unit, created by Intel Intel is having a very specific invention or innovation or a very specific technology to create, and they have unique experience curve to make or produce, microprocessors. So they have that kind of capability that is rare, that is not with everyone, that is not with every other company. That's why if some capability and resources that is rare, for example, can you make another Ratan Tata? Can you clone and make another Jeff Bezos? Can you make another Jack Ma? Can you produce another, Mukesh Ambani? Though you clone, but dimag kahan se laoge? Would you be able to replace clone the mind or the thought process of any individual? Because that thought process is nothing but it is an intangible asset. So most of the times, competencies or core competencies built on intangible assets or resources are rare. There is a very rare chance that can be cloned. That's why that is rare. Core competencies are very rare capabilities, and very few of the competitors possess these. Like number of customers that Walmart is having is a rare thing. Around 50% people go to Walmart. How can you replace them and rest share in 50% of the audience? Capabilities possessed by many rivals are unlikely be sources of competitive advantage for one of them. Competitive advantage results only when firms develop and exploit valuable capabilities that differ from those shared with the competitors. Very simple. When you are talking about GE Electronics, General Electricals, when they started the company, they had an invention in their hand. They were Thomas Alva Edison started this company because Thomas Alva Edison has invented the technology to make bulbs. So that was rare with him, and that's why GE is today here. From electricals to electronics to every segment they are in. Finance also they are there. So something that is rare is core competency. Costly to imitate. Yes, I don't see everything has expiry date. But can you make it a long process to copy? And if it is a long process, on the other hand, can you make it costly for others to copy? Say tomorrow you can make another iOS, like software parallel to iOS, but your cost is 50,000 per unit and Apple's cost is 10,000 per unit. Tell me, do you have competitive advantage? Though you have made it at 50,000 rupee, Apple is making 40,000 less costlier than you. They have competitive advantage. So something that is costly to imitate is also a core competency. It means such capability that competing firms are unable to develop easily. Capabilities, and there is an Intel example, I am discussing that. Capabilities that are costly to imitate are created because of one reason or a combination of reasons like unique and valuable organizational culture, brand name, interpersonal relationship, trust and friendship among managers, suppliers and customers, etc. Something that you have built that is not easy for others to copy, and if at all they copy, that will take time and money both more than you, so that doesn't give them sustainable competitive advantage. So that is something that is costly to imitate, is again a core competency. And non-substitutable. So it's very easy. How can I replace Steve Jobs? How can I replace Tim Cook? Is there any substitute? For assets, for a plane, we have another plane, or we have a cargo plane, or we have a passenger plane. We have a train also in substitution to an aeroplane. We have cars also for transportation, trucks, lorries, etc. For every tangible asset, you can create a substitute. But for intangible assets, you have rare substitutions. Right? I'm talking about the decision making capability of a leader, of the person from the top management of the CEO or the CMD. That is rare. That is something that is very rare, and that is non-substitutable. Somewhere around rarity. This point is related to rarity. It's very rare, non-substitutable, that can not easily be substituted by some other thing. Capabilities that do not have strategic equivalents are called non-substitutable capabilities. This final criteria for a capability to be a source of competitive advantage is that there must be a strategically equivalent valuable resource that are themselves either not rare or imitable. So, rarity and imitability adds to this point to explain. For years, एक example है, just see this example. For years, firm tried to imitate Tata's low-cost strategy. They tried to imitate, but it was rare and non-substitutable. But none has been able to duplicate Tata's success. They did not realize that Tata has a unique culture that attracts some of the top talents in the industry. Even Narayan Murthy and Narayan Murthy's wife also went to Tata and Sons to work. The culture and excellent human capital have always worked together in implementing Tata's strategy and are the basis for competitive advantage. This is non-substitutable. Even human resource management, work on the ground, in the area of human resource management, how people are trained, how they are skilled. This is very rare and non-substitutable that Tata has. Other companies are not able to understand how Tata manages its people. Once you join any organization of Tata, in your whole life, you will rarely leave Tata, because the way they nurture, the way they develop you, the way they mentor you, it attracts you, and you are getting 10,000 less salary than the other firm. You would like to continue with that brand Tata. Brand itself is a non-substitutable thing. If you have made a brand called Disney in last 10 years, last 100 years, Disney has completed its 100 year very lately. So if you have created a brand like Disney or name any brand, or Walmart, it is really non-substitutable. This cannot be substituted by others so easily, because it has taken years to build that brand. Brand is not a logo, it's a personality, right? Okay. The strategic value of capabilities increase as they become more difficult to substitute. This is final. And the last thing is, I think this is done. Author's note you can always read. Now we can go to a question. You can just see. No, we will discuss this question after discussing the second wala topic. The second topic. Competitive advantage using Michael Porter's generic strategy. I don't think you need to discuss this. This is done. Yes, we will come to Michael Porter's generic strategy later. Sustainability of competitive advantage. Yes, this is very important. Let's read it. Let's finalize it. And here we have something. We have points to note in this particular topic. Please take a note wherever I am mentioning it to be noted. Sustainability of competitive advantage. Very important topic. The sustainability of competitive advantage and a firm's ability to earn profit from its competitive advantage depends upon market 4 major characteristics of resources and capabilities. 4 major characteristics of resources and capabilities that provides sustainable competitive advantage. This is the punchline. Whenever you see this particular punchline in your exam question paper, then you have to write IDTF. The answer of this particular question or a topic having this particular sentence in the question, answer is IDTF. Now understand one by one. So first we will start with durability. Durability. As I discussed, that if you develop a sustainable, if you develop a competency, if you build a resource, tangible or intangible, or the capability, would you like that it vanishes tomorrow, or would you like it to continue for a longer period of time? The more durable, listen to me very carefully. I have developed a software and it is not copied easily by others. I am having it for last 25 years. It is unique and very special in the industry. It's durable for me. I have developed a technology that is not copyable to the others. I have developed a product or a way of working within the organization, or I have set a process within the organization which others are not able to copy. And it is with me for last 25 year, 30 year or 40 year. It is durable. I have a CEO who is there mentoring the whole organization for last 50 years. I have Tim Cook who is looking after my business for last 25 years. He is a gem, he is diamond, he is platinum for my company. So, and he is there for a longer period of time. So that is a durable resource, durable, resource with the organization. That is our sustainable competitive advantage. That provides us, that becomes our core competency. Durability, very important, durability. The period over which a competitive, now underline, period over which a competitive advantage is sustained depends in part on the rate at which the firm resources and capabilities deteriorate. I know firm's resources will deteriorate someday, but at what rate? I build a resource today and it deteriorates tomorrow. It is not durable. But I made a resource today and it deteriorates after 50 years. It's durable. It will give me sustainable competitive advantage for next 50 years. Knowledge is the best form that has durability. If you develop a knowledge today, it is going to help you by the time you are alive. Skilled people, if they continue and remain with you, is very skilled, highly skilled people coming from IIT or IIM. And they are with you for a longer period of time within your organization. They are very important resource for you, and they are durable, and they will become your core competency. Very simple. In fact, a chartered accountant who understands your whole organization's finance, and he is there for last 40 years, 30 years. That's why companies value old employees and they want to retain them at any cost, because they are their core competencies. They give them sustainable competitive advantage. I think you got it. In industries where the rate of product innovation is fast, product patents are quite likely to become obsolete. Similarly, capabilities which are the result of management expertise of the CEO, very important, are also vulnerable to his/her retirement or death. On the other hand, many consumer brands names have a highly durable appeal. Many consumer brands have a highly durable appeal. Maggie, when we were born, we heard the name Maggie, and today we are using 2-minute Maggie. This is durable, right? When we first started shaving, we used Gillette blade. Still we are using Gillette blade. When we were kid and we saw Bajaj and Usha fans in our house, and still we are buying Bajaj and Usha fans, or Havells or Crompton. So these are the brands. When we were born, we saw AC that are home of Voltas, LG, and company like Blue Star, and still we are buying at offices, at homes. Whenever we are buying new, we are buying Voltas, LG, Whirlpool, or Blue Star, something like that, AC. So those brands are durable, and that gives them sustainable competitive advantage. That's why these are established people in the business area, in industry. If capabilities are managed carefully and employee training is effective, then capabilities can be maintained even when there is a change in the employee, or those capabilities depends on which those capabilities depend. Transferability, very important point again, transferability. Say today I developed a technology, or I got a patent and I transferred it to my colleague, to my subsidiary company or a partner company. Do you think that is my sustainable competitive advantage? I have transferred it due to some reason. Say Oxford made COVID medicine, COVID vaccine. Oxford researched, their scientists created and made COVID vaccine, and they shared the technology with Serum Institute, with Covaxin, Covishield, with AstraZeneca, and several pharma companies across the globe which were able to produce in a hygienic manner all the vaccines. They shared their technology with them under technology transfer agreement. It means their technology, their formula, something that have created has been shared now. So that will not remain their sustainable competitive advantage. Why did they share? They share for royalty, number one, and they shared because it was related to humanity. When it comes to business, people don't share it. They don't transfer it so easily. We bought Rafale from France, the salt company. We bought Rafale. Have you seen the news anywhere that Rafale shared the salt company who manufactures Rafale fighter jets have shared the technology with Indian government or Hindustan Aeronautics Limited? You must have heard that they did not share, and there was a huge hue and cry in media related to this, because earlier the salt had said that we will also transfer the technology. The French company told us that we will also transfer the technology to India if they buy this much unit of Rafale. But they did not transfer it. Later on something else, some other agreement otherwise was done. When in the case of Mirage, when we bought Mirage fighter jets from French, the same company transferred us the technology. When they transfer, they lose their competitive advantage. They lose their sustainability, their competencies. But say Coke has a specific formula, and that's why 1 rupee Coke is sold at 30 rupee. The reason is very simple. Their Coke formula, and only 3 people in this world, one of them died in a plane crash. Only 2 people in the world know the secret of formula of Coke. Only 2 people remain. Now, there are only 2 people in the world who know, and they have the power to visit the formula center. Other people can't, right? So this is the transferability aspect of core competencies. If something that is non-transferable or not easily, something that cannot be easily transferred to the other companies, that is sustainable, that provides a sustainable competitive advantage. But if any resource or capability that can be easily transferred to others, brand cannot be transferred. Knowledge in the decision making power or capability cannot be. So in most of the intangible resources are not easily transferable. So they provide a sustainable competitive advantage. Now, even if the resources and capabilities on which competitive advantage is based are durable, they might be durable, it is likely to be eroded by competition from the rival. Yes, durable hai, but it can be eroded by it can be, compromised. Yes. The ability of the rival to attack position of the competitive advantage relies on their gaining access to the necessary resources and capability. If they gain access of the similar resource and capability, means the same has been transferred to them. The easier it is to transfer resources and capabilities between the companies, the less sustainable will be the competitive advantage which is based on that. So like Hero and Honda had a strategic alliance. Hero and Honda. In India, they used to manufacture scooties, bikes, Hero Honda bikes. You must have heard. Now Hero is separate, Honda is separate. So Hero just there was a Fevicol's Majboot, joint. Very strict joint of Fevicol. They had a good relationship. So Hero learnt a lot from Honda. When both separated, both started making, your scooties and scooters and motorcycles and bikes. So the technology was transferred in the meantime. Imitability, we have already discussed. We will not discuss it again. And appropriability, this is a very important point. Appropriability. Now listen to me very carefully. Imitability wala point you will read. It's a very easy point. I will not waste my time over here. Appropriability, very simple. Say, look, I have enough fund. I have good, infrastructure. I have warehouses, I have logistics system, I have inbound logistics, I have outbound logistics, I have a huge distribution channel, supply chain, but anything is not at work. And if at all they are working, they are not able to earn profit. Do you think this is my sustainable competitive advantage? If the capability and resource that cannot transform into return on investment, something that cannot give us, profit or profitability, if that cannot appropriate into wealth maximization, if that cannot maximize my wealth, I don't think that provides us with sustainable competitive advantage. The whole idea is, if your resources and capabilities and competencies are able to appropriate in terms of return, then I can say this is a sustainable competitive advantage. So this is something very important. This is the finishing touch that you need to understand. Yes, you have a software, unique software in the world, but that is not giving you profit. You are not able to, milk profit from that particular resource or technology or the software. Then what is the use of having that technology? That is of no use. So appropriability refers to the ability of the firm owners to appropriate the return on its resource base. Even when resources and capabilities are capable of offering sustainable competitive advantage, there is an issue as to who receives the return of those resources. Of course, the organization of who owns that resource and capability must earn that return. Not like China, where Jack Ma is working, Alibaba group is making profits, and they take all the profits. And if they speak anything, Jack Ma is sent to the jail. This happened in China. So that's it. So this is all IDTF. So you have to remember imitability, durability, transferability and appropriability. These two questions are very, 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 very important. And one last thing, today we'll discuss one more case study, and then in fact you will read it, you will learn from it, and we will discuss in the next class. So I am just referring to it. Open your book Mentor. I'm talking about Mentor. Go to the case study section at the end of the book. There is a case study section. Integrated case studies at the end of your book. It is there at the end of your book. After MCQs, after chapter wise MCQs, and go to question number. Sorry. I'm giving you a homework today. Come to page number 34, D.34, please refer to D.34, page number D.34, case study number 31, 3M Corporation, 3M Company case study. Your duty is to read it. In the next class, we will discuss it. Read it and come prepared so that it takes less time in the next class. So 3M Corporation, and after the case study, you will find several required, means there are questions. I have asked questions based on the above comprehension, above case study, and you have to answer. See how many questions you can answer. I will see your level of preparation, how well you have prepared so far. This is the case study prepared by me. This is not ICAI case study, but as you know, in every attempt, the case study that ICAI asks in the examination, that integrated case study of 10 marks is always new. So as a good student and as a good teacher, it is our responsibility, it is our collective responsibility to also study new things. Mark my words, for we are doing this for 30 marks. 30% of our question paper in new in nature. That's why I do this kind of hard work. Otherwise, there was no need. I could have compiled RTP, MTP, and I could have discussed with you. It would have made me happy, you happy, and it is an easy task. Nobody wants to take pain. I am taking pain just for the sake of those 30% surprising questions, new questions. You need to have a habit to deal with surprisingly new questions. If you can deal with that, you will score more. And then your study will be complete. Otherwise, there is always a shortcut to everything. And integrated case study number 32, just after that, Walmart Corporation wala, very easy, very simple case study. Pictorially, I have presented everything, all the data has been shared with you, and finally, there are questions, there are 5 questions based on that, and by doing this, you will be able to revise each and every aspect that you have done so far. From chapter number 1, 2, 3, whatever concepts we have read so far will be covered here, will be concluded here. So, and 2, 3, because this is an integrated case study which covers 2, 3 chapters. Each case study covers 2 to 3 chapters. So I hope you will read it. You will try to do this activity and you will understand what I am trying to establish in this particular session. and I will see you in the next lecture. Next lecture will be on Michael Porter's generic strategy. That is a very, very hot topic once again, and one question will be asked from that. I am covering everything that is must for this attempt first, and then rest of the topics will be done. Wish you all the best. You are watching FMSM with Om. See you. All the best. Thank you.